Well guys, there's always a lot of poo that goes on here. This has already had one lot of manure on top. We're now about to add some more for the next project. Good morning guys, my name is Anita and I'm from Flowerfolk Farm. We are a small based flower farm based in the little hamlet of Maude in Victoria, Australia. I've been flower farming now for 2 years. 2 years, gosh, that's gone fast. I quit my job during the pandemic as a food security project manager to pursue a career here from my farm to build a business. Risky, I know, but boy has it paid off, because during that process I started flower farming. I have tried to share the process with you, the journey, to show you how you can do it for not much money, and how you can do it even though you don't have to have a prerequisite in flower farming, basically. This is Sadie. She's our livestock guardian dog. She is with me wherever I go. So today is really my first day off that I've had all season. I mean, I've taken little bits here and there, but this is like I've actually finished now for the season. So yesterday I had my final wedding for the season. So I thought I'd take you along and just show you what I've done this week in preparation for that. It's been a really awesome wedding to do. It involved quite a lot of wild foraging, and the brief was an autumn wedding with lots of foliage. And the bride was she's a horticulturalist. So I do feel a little bit of pressure with this one because, horticulturalist, and I'm doing her flowers. Anyway, it was fine. Okay, so you can see most of the dahlia bushes have been mostly picked now, and the stems are fairly short. Because of the change of days and the hours, we're getting less sunlight, which means that the dahlias, rather than putting effort into stem length, they're wanting to go to seed. So that's just the natural life cycle of a flower. They want to sort of reproduce. So yeah, not very long stems, as you can see. So what I do with the cosmos now at this point is I let them go to seed, and that's for me for next season. So I utilize these guys by just letting them go fully all the way to a dried seed pod. Then I collect them and keep them for next year. So you guys know I have spoken already about this before, but I do have a bit of a seed addiction, and I have more on the go for next season. But that's for a good reason, I need to do that. I'm so excited, guys, because I actually forgot to show you that even though the dahlias and that are dying down, it seems to me that the zinnias have just had this second lease on life, and I've got so much colour. It's really awesome, but the problem is now I'm closed. I'm not going to be able to use these guys in bouquets, but I am actually donating these. So these are going to go to another flower grower friend, and she's going to turn them into some lovely bouquets. So they will get used. But look at them. These are just the best. If you're going to do a cut flower garden, this is what you have to plant. Zinnias. They are seriously the best.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you.
take you along and show you the wedding I've done for the past 3 days actually. Yesterday was the actual wedding, but there's a fair bit of work that goes on behind the scenes in the lead up to a wedding. So today's Sunday and I started prep for this wedding weeks ago, but actual starting to work in preparation for the flowers I started on Wednesday. And Wednesday I started doing the containers with the oasis in it and then with the wire over the top. And then Thursday I went out wild foraging and got a whole lot of stuff just off the side of the road. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that, how to do it and how to do it well. And then Friday I was on site and I'll show you some of the footage of that, where I was actually at the venue making up 5 really large arrangements. The best way to do a wedding is to start well out, plan what you're going to do, just little jobs that you can do in the lead up, and then make sure you've got everything ready to go so that on the day when you've got to do the flowers, you can just focus on that solely.
It's just us two, me and you. I can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe.
I'm really hoping this works, guys. It's extremely windy today, but look at all these beautiful autumn leaves. And I just managed to come across this beautiful golden ash. So I'm going to pick some of this as well, because this will look amazing just in the altar arrangements that they've asked for. So we'll give it a go. The problem is that I'm really short, so I've got to go for some of the lower hanging branches. But that's okay, we'll give it a shot. There's plenty actually, there's heaps all the way over here, so that's within my reach. Even a little shorty like me can get that. Okay, so the more I walk around this area, the more stuff I see. There's some beautiful, I don't know, it's another claret ash, but it's got a whole lot of the yellow lichen on it. And then right next to it, I've struck a gold mine here. Look at this. Oh. I don't know what it is. I think it may actually be a hawthorn. I'm not sure. I'm harvesting it regardless. It's just so beautiful. Oh, this place is insane. Even across the river there's something. Oh, like a kid in a candy store, I tell you. I love wild foraging. It is just so awesome. I would not do this through summer for obvious reasons. But oh my gosh, can you see it through there? There's just like, oh, I'll go across there in a minute, but look at all the poplars. See all the colour? This is just public space, by the way. I'm not sort of going somewhere I shouldn't. It's readily accessible and absolutely stunning. Oh, look at him. So pretty. And the other thing I want to remind you of is to not be greedy. Just remember that this is obviously a tree with fruit on it, so it's a food source for animals. It potentially is going to go to seed and reproduce, so we want that because we want wild foliage just to take here in the wild. But also we want to be able to encourage the plant to come back and grow properly and not be stripped bare. You know, we don't want to absolutely go too hard on it. So can you tell I get a little bit excited when I go wild foraging? This is probably my favorite job. I just find I feel like this is what I love doing. It's a real joy. It doesn't feel like work, it feels like an adventure, and I just love it so much. Okay, I'm going to quickly show you just how to properly pick without damaging the tree and actually encouraging it to put out new growth for next season. So what you want to do, it's very similar to pruning grapes. You want to go 2 nodules, 2 of these in, and then that's where you want to cut. There we go. Hope no spiders crawl out. That's happened before and it isn't very pleasant. It's almost a car accident. So, but it's really worth your while if you're driving around the countryside, if you know friends who have beautiful foliage in their gardens, things like that. It's worth taking note of that and actually keeping a record of different spots that are what you would consider a bit of a treasure trove for wild foraging. I know I have a few favourite spots and I know where I can go for specific plants. So it's always handy to know those sort of places around you and use local products. Okay, so we are on site now. Winston is our welcoming committee. Hello, Winston. Hi. And Maisie. And this is where we're setting the flowers up. Okay guys, I've made myself a little coffee from my thermos and I'll just show you where we are at. The workspace is going really well. First arrangement is done. This is quite large, I would say, with the pedestal. It's probably around, I want to say 9 foot, I reckon. Anyway, it looks really cute. There's the girls. They think it's feeding time. They've already been fed. They'll probably get fed again. But thank you for joining me, guys. It's been great to have you along and appreciate everyone's support. And I hope you have a really awesome week in the garden. And I hope you'll come back next time and join me for more updates and more projects. Until then, take care. Bye. Mwah. Bye. Oh, they're gone silent.